Good morning. Good morning, my friends. Trying to get the music here. 1 second. And to all a good morning. It's a morning indeed. And to all a good morning. I like to see you at tea. Give you guys a couple of minutes to say hello to each other. Hello. And I'm just reading comments. Hello. By the way, real quick, there's a lot of evidence has come into me over the past week that the UPS drivers, remember we said last week that they only turn right? Company policy saves them gas and blah, blah, blah. It's all a clever ruse. It's not true. It's not true. Many of you have written to me. I have visual evidence of UPS trucks turning left. Visual evidence sent to me by y'all. I have three of you that hide in a tree and film your UPS truck and have sent me pictures. Okay? Completely debunked that one. Free. Personally, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to be really cool if you can follow and for sure they never turn left. Do you take down the truck number and tell the boss? Do you take down the truck number? Okay, final question. Has anybody, tell the truth, has anybody ever called in and complained? You know how a delivery driver cuts you off and there's a number on the back? Call us if our driver made you mad. One of those. Call us if our driver pissed you off. Has anybody ever called on a driver? Tell the truth. Has anybody ever called and ratted out a bad driver? Tell the truth. There's nothing, we're not even think it's wrong. No, free, you never have. I'm in your group, I gotta be honest. But Miss Rose calls on every one of them. Miss Rose has them on speed dial. Okay? So there's lots of ways to approach this. She has them on. Kyle did it. That's okay, Kyle. You're in the once only. Okay? Derek, me neither. Okay, Derek, stand over here with me and free. Okay? Don't snitch on her. Good morning, Carlotta. Hair care, snail trail. I saw your text and I didn't have a chance to answer. Okay. Okay. What is this? What's this all about? This business here. Let's get serious for a minute. No. We'll get back to this. We'll be serious about this in a minute. We'll get back to that. Hold on. Let's get not serious first. Ready? Here we go. Not serious first. Here we go. Wait for it. This is going to take discussion. Be prepared. If Streety's here, Streety knows all about this. This particular one is going to take discussion. Something that, yeah. Especially if any of you are concerned about the crisis at our border. What do you do with migrants? What are we doing with migrants right now? I'm not being political. Just watch this. And we have ideas. Okay? Here we go.
Spa catering to diaper-wearing adults who want to role play as young children. And what could go wrong? has opened in a small town in New Hampshire. This is a safe and judgment-free zone for visitors to pamper themselves with snacks,
Judgment-free zone.
playtime, story time, nap time.
Okay.
You take
You're going to start over because you're not going to believe this. We're in a judgment-free zone. New Hampshire. Nice little town. Okay? We're adults. We're adults here. Okay? So what would responsible adults that have very little to do in New Hampshire do next?
spa catering to diaper-wearing adults who want to role play as young children, and what could go wrong, has opened in a small town in New Hampshire. This is a safe and judgment-free zone for visitors to pamper themselves with snacks, playtime, story time, nap time. You take the migrants and you put them in the diaper spot. They have to watch adults in diapers in New Hampshire pretend to be babies. You do this. You publicize it. I'm telling you right now, they will just go to Europe. We have to solve the migrant crisis. We have it. Bring the people in and give them jobs. Make them go to Topeka, Kansas. Send them to a little town in New Hampshire to cradle and rock a 45-year-old pervert in a diaper. Can you imagine that? You just got to America. Can you imagine this? You're coming from like San Pedro Sula, Honduras or something, right? You just get to America, okay? You're looking at a guy that looks like me in a diaper.
Me?
Who just shit in it. And you're reading him Little Bo Peep. And you gotta think to yourself, how bad was it? How bad was it in Venezuela? You start thinking to yourself, did I have to eat every day? Maybe I was being a little bit ridiculous here, you know? A new spa catering to diaper-wearing adults who want to roll.
That's one way to handle them. You have a new job. You get to work at the diaper spa. What's your job? Well, you got laundry. You could be laundry. Oh God! I said, why don't we just let them move in? Just let the migrants move into that deal there. What a palace! You'd probably get a good 12 babies in one crib. You know what I'm saying? You could just line them up as have a couple of sardine cribs. I would do that before I'd make them actually have to work. Just give the baby the crib. Come on, dude, you gotta go home. Go home. Your time is up here. Because the migrant babies need that crib. Anyways, you're killing me here with this stuff. You're killing me. Who watched that? Did anybody watch that? Yeah, I'm getting fluish again. This sucks. Okay. What was that all about? A dresser with a lot of drawers. Trip, now you're getting there. Can you imagine that? Just a room full of dressers. All of them pulled out. You could even stack dressers on top of each other. Okay? Oh. Man, that's funny. Gosh, that's funny stuff. Let's watch another one. This one's not so funny. It's actually, right, Trip? Just stack them. You could even like have a rolling ladder in there so you can reach the top level, check on the baby. Migrant baby. Oh, what a shame. What is our world all about? Okay. Oh, is there a new live view out there? Are you guys did they change your YouTube? Is that right, Jonathan? They changed mine about 3 weeks ago. My feed to you. Yeah, they changed the format about 3 weeks ago. Are you guys on a different format now? Oh, Penny, I'm sorry. Is that why there's no likes right now? Because you guys are all pissed off at YouTube? I'm noticing. Really? What's the update look like? What does it look like? You can't see my face now? It's just a cloud? What are you getting? Or it's where the scroll's coming from. What are you guys seeing? Which one? Aren't bunk beds? Yes, that's what they are. Grown-up dressers, Herbie. Oh, yes. They're trundle beds. What's going on? Hard to see comments. Took you a while to find the buttons. Okay. Looks the same to free. Chat fades into a video. I'm sorry. The chat is overlaid on the video. It is here too, by the way. Always has been. Oh, before you were getting it down at the bottom. Oh, before you were probably getting a little box of them. And it stopped in the box. Okay, anyway, sorry. I don't want to belabor the point. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now, I'm gonna play another video that was sent to me. Now this one's gonna there's parts of this, well, not parts of the whole thing. Gosh, I love mycology. I love mushrooms so much. They're at every level as we've gone on, I'd say in the last, especially 25 years, as science itself's advanced, our focus on mycology as a science has completely advanced. New universities are offering mycology courses that never had before, degrees in mycology. It's just, boom, it's exploding. Matter of fact, it's exploding to this degree. May I show you this first? And then I'm going to show you this other thing that boggles my mind. But let's be careful here too. When we're involved in something like what we do, we're walking a razor's edge, especially in areas that things that at the end of the day, some of the stuff that we're up to doesn't have the approval of the government, put it that way. And so we dance around the edges and we do what we do and we get by as a community. But this community is growing. And as a result of it growing, what happens, and when I say it's growing, some of the numbers are going to boggle your mind. National NPR and National Public Radio put out an article this morning. This morning I was reading. And it's enough to make sure. See, Pops, I sit here and we celebrate the fun, do we not? We have a ball here, and we're going to have some more fun here today. We're going to laugh. I got a couple of things to show you that are pretty cool. But I also, once in a while, want to pinch ourselves and wake up. We need to pinch ourselves and wake up and say, let's always, no matter what we do, be aware of the maturity that it takes on interaction between each other and the risks that we all take. Does that sound fair? So once in a while I do discuss the risks because if you're going to disciple somebody, you have to count the cost. You don't just say, everybody jump on board and this is going to be a free ride. Very few things are free, and some have unanticipated costs. And if you're going to invite people onto your boat, let's tell them what the unanticipated costs are. Does that sound fair? Give me 5 people that agree. We know about the good stuff. I need some more likes up there too. I'm freaking out that I think that the format's not letting you guys like me. Okay, you guys agree. So let's just briefly discuss this. Bury it in our brains of attitude towards how we proceed. Did you see that video I put on IG yesterday? Had 22 felonies in one box. Gotta be careful. As magic mushrooms get more attention, this is the headlines. This is the headlines on NPR article. As magic mushrooms get more attention, drug busts of the psychedelic drug went up. Okay, well, that's almost a duh, right? They show this, oh, this is just supposed to be a delicious jar, I guess. This is a jar of something in one of the dispensaries in Oregon. Psilocybin mushrooms jarred and ready for distribution at the Uptown Fungus Lab in Springfield, Oregon. Oregon has decriminalized the use of psychedelic drugs. Okay. Now let's chat. Sidebar. I'll talk about that some other time. In recent years, there's been a growing interest in psilocybin, the psychoactive ingredient in magic mushrooms or shrooms, as a potentially beneficial therapy for mental health conditions. There's been a huge interest. We have groups out there, online groups called Microdosing Moms, support groups. Take a microdose in the morning and then they deal with their 6 kids and all their hectic schedules all day and have dinner ready for hubby when he gets home. And they probably have a part-time job during the day. And they're still trying to be Susie Homemaker. It's a tough one. A little microdose, those moms think it makes a huge difference. Makes them just easier to get through their day. It's filling in some of those oxytocin areas. At the same time as interest has increased, what else has happened? What else has happened? It's kind of a natural result. At the same time, drug busts of mushrooms have went up. The numbers between 2017 and 2022, 3 times the number of busts between 17 and 22. 300% increase. What I think the results indicate is that shroom availability has been increasing, says epidemiologist from NYU Health Center. And he's a main author on a new published study in the journal Drug and Alcohol Dependence. The findings come at a time when there's a psychedelic renaissance happening in the country. Dr. Joshua Siegel of Washington University in St. Louis, talks about it. There's a growing public and scientific interest in psychedelics' potential therapeutic effects on various mental and behavioral health issues, says Siegel. He also studies how psychedelics affect the human brain. At the same time, a number of states have begun to decriminalize psychedelic drugs, and there are many more looking into the same. The new study is part of a bigger picture where we are headed as a nation with psychedelics, says Siegel. It's important to understand what's happening in terms of the healthcare side of things. It's important to understand what's happening recreationally and legally. The new study found the total number seized by law enforcement across the country went from nearly 500 pounds in 2017 to more than 1,800 pounds in 2022. Where do you think the largest amount were seized? Geographically. Are you guys, we have people paying 101 people here. What a beautiful morning. The largest amount seized was in the West. 42.6% was in the West, the Cali area. Arizona, Cali, Oregon before it was decrim. It was followed closely by the Midwest. Midwest, 41%. That leaves a tiny little slice of about 10% for you East Coasters. The greatest overall weight in seizures was out west, says Palomar. And I don't think it's coincidental. That's where a lot of more liberal policies are starting to take effect. That could be because those liberal policies might not make it legal to sell psychedelics, he explains. So if you have a store with hundreds of pounds of shrooms, you're probably going against the law somehow. And there's also a large growing operations that are being busted. The results suggest, what do the results suggest? What do you think when you see, what do you think these results suggest? Think scientifically. They suggest an increased demand. There wouldn't be more to bust if there wasn't more wanted. That actually fascinates me. Not fascinating. Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay. The sellers are able to sell the product because more people are using it. Duh. Recent surveys and studies have shown that the use of psychedelics like psilocybin, the active ingredient in shrooms, the use has been growing in recent years. Listen to this. This is a couple studies. One study published in 2022 found psilocybin use increased between 2002 and 2019, driven primarily by 15-year-olds. Primarily by 26 years and older people. Generally speaking, the kids aren't playing with it. The data from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration suggests that psilocybin is the most popular plant-based psychedelic in the United States. More than 11% of individuals, United States population, more than 11% admitted a use of psilocybin, of shrooms in the year 2022. They didn't all use it in that year, but in 2022, the study said 11% of us That's a lot, Higgs. There's been an enormous amount of attention for the potential use of psychedelics for the treatment of depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and the treatment of addiction. The clinical trials as it relates to the use of psilocybin for the treatment of depression, for example, and terminally ill patients and severe depression are very, very interesting, said the doctor. You cannot deny it. A couple more lines in the article. But the bottom line is, be careful. There is more attention, as that would be normal. since there's more attention, you have to have more focus. Don't just be running around playing these take that information for what it's worth to you. Okay? Let's look at one more video that I had queued up for you for this morning. Okay? Let's watch this together. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see all of you. Looks like we have a lot of Russians out there this morning. Love to have you guys. Thank you all for being here. Okay. Excuse me. Here we go. I want to play this for you. Oops.
Slime mold, and this slime mold is very, very good at navigating through mazes and challenges. Japanese are so clever at this. They designed a nutrient maze replicating Tokyo in the Japanese subway system. Put oats, which is a nutritional source, like an agar map. The main oat was where Tokyo was. They inoculated it. Then they let the slime mold grow. And first it grew out randomly. After 28 hours, it reorganized itself in the most efficient way possible and reorganized the Japanese subway system in a more efficient manner than it's designed today. Thus, this is a demonstration of cellular intelligence.
Whoa.
The slime mold, and this slime mold is very, very good at navigating through mazes and challenges. Japanese are so clever at this. They designed a nutrient maze replicating Tokyo in the Japanese subway system. Put oats, which is a nutritional source, like an agar map. The main oat was where Tokyo was. They inoculated it. Then they let the slime mold grow. And first it grew out randomly. After 28 hours, it reorganized itself in the most efficient way possible and reorganized the Japanese subway system in a more efficient manner than it's designed today. Thus, this is a demonstration of cellular intelligence.
Whoa.
I'm with Joe. Whoa. And then after 1 second of going, whoa, I'm like, my next thing is, I'm not surprised. I'm not even 1 second surprised. Kim, mycelium is amazing. Every day day, week, whatever, as we grow our science, this stuff that we're learning, and it has to. Eggs, it has to humble a man, woman. It has to humble us. I got goosebumps right now. I'm not kidding you. It's like how incredibly insignificant we are. This is happening outside in your lawn right now, under the trees and in the root structures of everywhere you go. It's under the cement that we pour on top of it. Can you imagine that? And then you know what happens? Have you ever seen a mushroom coming up through the crack of cement? Oh yeah, baby. Every time I see that, I'm like, winner, winner. You guys have been around Free. Ask Free how long they've been around. Free's got an actual number. Free calculated. You guys didn't know this. He's an extraterrestrial mathematician. Free, the Ancient One. And he has calculated the exact number of years back to the very first mushroom fruit that was ever seen on the planet Earth. Okay? And he's telling us the exact calculation right now. Forever. He's a very, very close calculation. He's incredibly accurate. I need you guys to know. Okay? How long? How long, Free? It took him a long time to calculate this too, by the way. Took him quite a while. 140 people. Jeez, are the Russians winning? Love it. I need 3 people's names today to get on the board for Friday. I need 3 people. Gypsy Life, I see your pretty name here. Good morning, Terry. Gypsy. I have not heard the song yet. I can't wait to play it today. And if I like it, I'm sure I will. Gypsy. I'll ask you on a DM, but we may be playing. No, maybe tomorrow. Be prepared. Be prepared for tomorrow to have Gypsy Life play an original tune here. I haven't heard it yet, but I can't wait. So a Gypsy Life original will be played here live tomorrow. One other thing, I haven't watched the whole program yet. There's a program that came up about whales. I think it was last night. I taped it. I haven't watched it, but I was listening to one little blurb. Can I talk about whales for just a second? I know has nothing to do with mycology, but whales, be nature. First of all, the whales, we almost killed them off. We almost took them down. And then they started coming back. And they're coming back in a very good, healthy way, actually. But what we find out, more science, check this out. Check this out. I didn't know this, but of course it makes 100% sense. An individual whale, they figure, an individual whale by himself. Hi, I'm Whaley the whale. I'm worth $2 million to the economy. To the ecology. $2 million. And I'm thinking to myself, blubber? Where am I getting $2 million out of you, dude? Oh, not so fast. You know how I'm making myself worth $2 million? To the planet. I am a swimming around fertilizer. Every time I either vomit and or poop, I'm leaving behind stuff that comes along, krills, I'm leaving food sources behind. I'm literally fertilizing the oceans with my output. And the amount of fertilizer to the ocean that I create in the time of my life is worth about $2 million. However they calculated that. I never think of whales as, of course they are. They're out there eating and refertile. It's the circle is amazing. They're eating the stuff that's so small, photoplankton. Stuff so small you can't even see it. Then they'll process it, fertilize, boop, get it out, and start this whole thing all over again. So every time I see a whale from now on, I'm like, there goes a poop machine. You know what I'm talking about? That's basically how I see them now. Like, I hope nothing comes out of the blowhole. I hope they can stick their stuff to one hole at the end of the day. Just thinking about it out loud. Okay? But if that's interesting, give me 5 people that agree. Give me 5 people that are like, wow, $2 million worth of poop in a lifetime. That's pretty good stuff. And that we haven't even killed it yet. Free, I know we're all poop machines. Shut up! We don't poop as much as he does. You never think of that, do you, wildlife? Wow. I love Jesus. I love to learn. Love to learn. Speaking of whales. Okay. Wait. We were talking about off-put. Human off-put. We all are machines. Right? I'm just going to read this rando straight up. Thanks, little Lolo. I'm going to read this one straight up. Here we go. Is whiskey here? Has anybody seen whiskey here this morning? R&R seeing whale trails. That's creepy. I get it, though. I am, too. Like a whole wake of it. Like, there goes the photoplankton reorganized. Okay? Start going behind and scooping it up. That's another 50. That's another 50. Follow that guy around for a while. Okay. I haven't seen him. He was here, but he's not. Okay. Whiskey, there's my boy. Whiskey, I'm sorry that I have to tell everybody this about you, but it must be told. Okay? It must be told. Researcher James Gilpin has developed a new way to make whiskey. At face value, that sounds pretty good. Nothing wrong with a new way to make whiskey. Correct me if I'm wrong, Whiskey. Wouldn't you be interested in knowing the new way to make whiskey? Sounds interesting to me. Whiskey's like, hell yeah, I'll wrestle you for the menu, Pops. He has developed a new way to make whiskey. He takes the sugar. Okay, here it comes now. He takes the sugar from the urine of elderly people with diabetes. He then bottles the whiskey with the name and age of the person who donated it. What? Okay. Personal whiskey. Who gets the bottle? Do you put the bottle next to the urn of ashes? Okay. Wow. Is it possible? Let me ask this. Is it possible to be prosecuted criminally for making death threats using emojis? Is it possible? Eggs and here I am working for a living. I don't just pee in a bottle of eggs. Can you be prosecuted for making death threats with an emoji? It seems the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You can be. Hey, where is it? Oh, it's right here. It's possible to be prosecuted criminally for making death threats written in emojis. I'd like to be the defense lawyer. I'd be the defense lawyer all day long on this. How do you know when I pushed emoji X or whatever that I meant my interpretation of emoji is different than your Unless I had a bloody dagger and a U and an arrow pointed at you and then a skull and then an RIP and then maybe a casket and then it would take a lot to convince me that right there could convince a jury that you're going to kill me. Okay. Bottom line, be careful with your emojis. Okay? As B. Hendricks says, emoji interpretation is a very slippery slope. Humans, you cannot walk in a straight line. Yeah, I can, Pops. I do it all the time. You cannot walk in a straight line without the help of a visual point. Something ahead of you to look for. If I put a blindfold on you, you will eventually start to walk in a circle. You won't continue to walk straight. Blindfold you. You're gonna automatically start turning. Try it. Humans are not able to walk in a straight line without a visual point. In fact, we will gradually walk in a circle when blindfolded. Somebody do some research on that one. Let's see if that's true. UPS truck me that one. All right. Practice. Free. Can you blindfold Carrie for us and get back? Free. Blindfold Carrie for us. And then get back to us. Please let me know. Michael Brown. Michael Brown, I know you're out there. I'd like you to blindfold Tiffany. Blindfold Tiffany and find out what happens. And I'm almost interested in this. Do you turn left or do you turn right? Okay? So, Carrie, yes, Carrie's like, I'll do it tonight. You guys are creepy. Okay, let us know. All right, which way do you go? They will turn to the dominant arm, Greenie says. Okay, I'm going to buy that. CCS wants a blindfolder. He's got CCS. CCS wants a one. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, let's get somebody on the board. First person to guess this. Little Lolo says, I just did it, Pops, and I turned left. I didn't know that, though. I really didn't. That's why I read you the ones I didn't ever hear before. Okay? How about this? This is pretty fascinating. I'm going to get it. I did it. I turned left. Okay. Ooh, how about this one? What's the largest? Whoever answers this correctly gets a slice on the board for Friday. Sound fun? Sound fun? Mushy? You're creepy. That turned a lot of people on. Did you guys notice that? How many people got turned on by wanting to go left? Stop it. This is stop it out there. Okay. Here, answer this one. First person to answer is going to get a slice of pie on Friday's Big Wheel. Okay? We ready? No kink shaming. You're allowed to be that way. We just don't talk about it. All right, here we go. What is the largest irrigated crop in the United States? Go. First person to get it, please don't Google. Please don't Google. Largest in the United States without a Google. Corn, sugar, none of those are correct. No, not even blueberries, soybeans, no, rice, no. Largest irrigated crop. Don't look it up. I know there's like 4 of you. It's like, I'm dying, man. There it is, Mizzou. You are on the wheel. Mizzou, you're right. Lawn grass out there to all of y'all. Okay? According to an International Society for Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing, the largest irrigated crop in the United States is lawn grass. Every year, lawns are given so much water that it's almost enough to fill the Chesapeake Bay. And Mizzou knew that. That's a good one. Kind of tricky. You don't think of lawn grass as an irrigated crop, but I guess it is. I guess stuff eat it, right? We're going to have to call it a crop, B. That's all there is. We're farmers. We all have lawns. Yeah, I know. You don't eat it, Greenie, but other people do. Other things do, right? Well, I have worms that eat mine. Okay? So let's have open minds. Let's just admit Mizu was right. I'm trying to find one more rando for you guys here. Oh. Name me the first planet. I'm trying to get a couple more people on the board. Okay? Name me the first planet that was found not by a telescope, but by mathematical prediction. Mathematically predicted there must be a planet there. Later found out it was true. Which one is it? Mathematically predicted. Slingy, I'm sorry about the new chat. Mathematically, I haven't seen it yet. Who was mathematically predicted? I haven't seen the answer yet. Brandy, right. Brandy, way to go, Brandy. Brandy has it. It's Neptune. Neptune. We predicted it would be there. Brandy, show up here on Friday. We have a board with a spinning wheel. I'm going to put your name on that board for getting that correct. And then if we land on you, we're going to spin it 3 or 4 times. We're going to get you a big old prize. So, Brandy, come on back on Friday, please. And in the meantime, your name's going to be on the board. Good job. Good job. Good one, good one, good one. Okay, I have to do one more. Where was that? This one. Oh, shoot. Okay, here it is. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. All right, here we go. What is the world's best-selling musical instrument? Best-selling musical instrument in the world, across the planet. What is it? It's not a sax. It's not a guitar. It's not a guitar. It's not a banjo. It's not a sax or a guitar or a recorder or a drum. You would think drum, but drums we play them, but we don't necessarily have to buy them, right? Best-selling instrument. Evan McHugh, you are on the board, my friend. Evan McHugh. The answer is a harmonica. Harmonica. The old harmonica. It was funny. When I was in the Marines, I was like, I'm going to get a harmonica and I'm going to learn how to play the harmonica. And my tongue started going around to the different holes. And there was a couple of guys in there that could play and like would sit around the barracks, play harmonica. You're bored. You already wrote your letter to mom. You already ate your chocolate cookies. I lasted about 3 days. I'm like, this is really too hard. So I gave up really quick. I got a guitar. I figured, okay, I'm going to be a guitar player. Look out, Jeff Beck, here I come. Lasted about a week. I found out, as much as I want to play musical instruments, my brain like, I do not want to put the time in. I don't want to. I don't want to. It ain't easy, especially first starting out. Later, okay, yeah, I don't want to. I found that out. Like, I want to be there already. Just like surfing. Like, I just want to already be at the top of the wave. You have to paddle out. Wait a minute. You actually have to paddle out. So I got lazy, and all of the musical in me, it just listens now. It doesn't play anything. Yeah, it's a true story. I'm too lazy to be a musician. It's not in my passion zone, I guess. Right? You give me a sport to play. You give me a fish to go catch. Give me a whistle to blow. I'm like, strum. Okay, strummy. Okay, all right. So let's go do something now. Yeah, Hags, that's exactly right. The amount of time that I put into shrooms, if I'd have done that to guitar 4 or 5 years ago, I'd be Carlos Santana today. I'd be Carlos right now. Okay? Okay. Carlos and I would be touring. Okay, here we go. We didn't do a lot about mycology today, but we did talk about our shrooms and staying safe in our communities and the environment that we play. That we work together. And by the way, speaking of musicians, I absolutely admire anybody that can play anything. Some of you, we've seen some of you at Mush Fest and stuff like that, brought your instruments. I admire the hell out of anybody that can play any musical instrument, because I can't. And of course, I've refused to, but you guys, you bring some beautiful, without music, imagine if there was just no background music right now. It would be terrible. Okay? Kylie, I hear you. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened with YouTube here today. So hang in there. Maybe it'll clean itself up in the next, I don't know. Here we go. We want to continue to talk about the second agreement. All right, I'm going to close out today. I have an exciting opportunity coming up. And if we're going to be smart businessmen, we're looking at right now, I'm sitting here telling you guys risks, this and that. The smart thing to do right now, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Personal importance. Are you personally super important? The first will be last, and the last will be first. Toby Keith, yes. R.I.P. to Toby Keith. Never been much of a country music fan personally, but anybody knows who he is and will struggle for the last couple of years. And he's brought a lot of great music to a lot of people too. Yeah. And then, we got the King of England. We got the King of England. Personally, I think it's going to be kind of serious if they're coming out in public now. Actually, thank goodness that the monarchy is more open than it had ever been before. But here we are, the King of England is, we'll know more. We'll know more. During the period of our education and our domestication, one of the basic things that we learned, how to get attention. How to get attention. We learned to take everything personal. We were taught it's about us. They tried to break us a little bit in the sandbox. They tried. You were given 1 or 2 little bogus lessons. Oh, share. But then when you got out, you were told you're supposed to be first in line. You're supposed to be the captain of the team. You're supposed to be the prettiest. You're supposed to have the nicest clothes. You're supposed to, but share in the sandbox. Don't forget to share in the sandbox. We were taught it's all about us. Nothing other people do is about us. Hate to tell us that. Hate to inform ourselves. We eat up emotional garbage. We eat it. We take it in. We digest it. Part of us doesn't become a whale now. We hold on to it. We don't dispel it. But if you do not take things personally, practice it. It's not the easiest thing, but practice it. If you do not take things personally, you escape all of the other agreements that have been made in your past. All of the programming, every single one of them go away. Every one. We highlight this area, what I'm about to read. When you take things personally, then you feel offended. So your reaction comes to defend your belief, which creates conflict. You are important enough to defend your belief. Coming from a national level debater, that's fun for me. Not doing it is torture. I'm torturing my programmed brain to just say, I understand how you think. Done. Done. You don't agree, you don't disagree, you don't, just recognize the communication. We make something so big out of something so little because you need to be right and you need the other person to be wrong. Oh, you know what else we do? We do it really good, Michael. We hold on to it. We have catalogs of all the wrongs done. My ex could remind me January 23rd, 2007. Do you remember what you did? No, what did I? Don't you remember? No, that was like 14 years ago. Oh yeah, well then you did it again on. We keep catalogs of the wrongs that are done to us. And then you know what we're really good at? Repeating them in the middle of a fight. Defending ourselves. Well, when you did. Or we'll use it to hold that person down. We'll remind them of their past malfeasances. If your husband had an affair on you, ma'am, and you're still living with him today, you're supposed to be over it. I hate to tell you that. I'll have a different conversation with the asshole that had the affair. He's got a lot of work to do. But you need to be over it. If you keep rubbing his nose in it, you're rubbing your own. That decision was already made. Either that or go find another place to stay until you work it out. This stuff's so basic, but what we'll do is we keep rubbing. You know, when a dog does something wrong, we rub their nose in the pee, we put them outside for a minute. About an hour, 2, 3 later, you let them back in. You still feed them dinner. Tomorrow, you don't go back to the same pee spot and rub their nose in it again. I've never done that to train my dog. He's never been re-rubbed in his whole life. He gets one rub per problem. And then we work it out. And then he comes back in the house. One rub per problem. And if I can do that, if I can look at somebody and say, man, what you did was so wrong, but I'm only giving you one rub. After that, I got to let it go. You know why? Because I'm not that big a deal. I am not that big a deal. I'm not so big a deal that I get to hold your sins against you. You should be holding them against yourself. Who who's such a big deal that they got to walk around telling everybody the sins that others committed against them. Oh, you must have forgotten the ones you committed. Where are your stones, Mr. Glasshouse, etc.? We make something so big out of something really little. And we hold it. And then it's ammunition to defend ourselves, to attack. Is any of that impeccable? Weren't the words we were using supposed to just be positive magic? Is any of it impeccable? I might add, there'd never have been an affair in the first place if you had been impeccable. We wouldn't even have to get here. We try hard to be right by giving our own opinions. Well, what I would do is, oh, he's an idiot. Oh, what he really should have done is, and you start that gossip and that poison. You holders on to the past to use against people as bats to the future. But I'm training him. That's not. You have so much inner turmoil that if you couldn't have, you have to act impeccably even when they weren't. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight about this. After a while, if it keeps coming that way, what do? What's our prescription for the people we don't like? We avoid them. I have to say this out loud. One of my prescriptions was there was somebody after a while, 20 years, I didn't like it anymore. Not so much the person, but the positions. What do? I got to avoid it. Mr. Lawyer, can I get a judge to help me avoid this thing? And I divorced and I moved on. Not one time did I pick up the phone afterwards and call her and say, and another thing, and you know what else you did? I had to move on. Of course, I wasn't very mature at the time, or probably half of the issues would have been solved by impeccability. In the same way, whatever you feel and do is just a projection of your personal dream. Mine. As I'm sitting here yelling at you guys, I'm just projecting my personal dream. My personal dream. My personal dream that we all act impeccably and that we all learn to not take things personally. I'm projecting my personal dream. That's all I'm doing. My words coming out of me are simply my projection. Many of you can look it up. I'm turning the channel. Some listening, it's my personal dream that I'm projecting. And I work at that dream. I practice that dream. I yell at my friends this dream. I'm passionate about my dream. I really am. What I say, what you do, and the opinions that I have are according to my agreements. I'll say it to you this way. What you say and what you do and the opinions you have are according to the agreements you have made. These agreements have nothing to do with me. What you do, what you say, how you behave, how you act are based off of your agreements to yourself. They have nothing to do with me. What I do, what I say, how I act, what I'm doing here is simply my agreements and how I act towards you. Not one of you should go, oh, he's talking about me personally. I am not. I have not singled a single one of you out. If you are feeling impacted, then our opinions are lining up. That's all. And if you're not, some of you will say, this is a bunch of trash, I can turn it off. That happens too. We're not directing our personal dreams at other people. We're practicing them. Do you get the difference? Do we honestly? We're practicing them. Pops is a practicer, a passionate practicer. That's what I do here. You guys give me the space to do that. You give me an audience and a opportunity and an airplane to fly. Maybe it's a magic carpet we fly around on. It's not important to me what you think about me. Oh, yes, it is. That's a hard one to break. Everybody wants to be liked. Everyone wants you to think, oh, he's the smartest, he's the best, he's the greatest, he's the funniest, he's the... You all want that. I want likes up here on my board. I promise you, from the bottom of my like heart, those likes simply mean an algorithm to me. There was a time they meant I would, a like, woo, yeah, woo. Likes are a way to spread our message. My brain has reprogrammed itself to believe that. And then I work to earn the likes, but not because I want to like, because I want to spread this message. I want to tell you what works. I want to tell you where you could be in just a short period of time. Completely transform life. Being impeccable. You wake up today and you tell yourself you're going to do something, God damn it, you do it. And you don't have to open your mouth very often in a single day. And whatever comes out of it is going to be just and pure. Period. Done. You do that. And then you don't take anything the next person says, oh, that's kind of dumb of you. Nothing you say about me is about me. I can only say something about me. You cannot. You do not have the power. It's important to me that what you think about me. It is not important to me what you think about me. And I don't take what you think personally. Say it over and over and over and over. And then when the boss attacks you, and when the wife attacks you, and when the jerk rolls down the window and he's flipping you off, because it is not about you. You do not have to roll your window down and flip him back. You don't even have to pull your gun out and have a rolling shooting. You don't have to do that. You know what I do? I'm kidding you. Flipper. Nowadays, if I see a flipper, guy flips me. My job is to zero reaction. You know what I used to do? Swear. 10 years ago, Pops is a jerk. Get somebody to flip you off. And then what do? Pops. Sign of a cross. Look at him like with this holy, like you're the Pope. Oh. Somebody's... That's the worst thing you could possibly do to somebody. Who does that? Somebody that's not being impeccable. Somebody that's not being impeccable. That is not it. That took it personal, and it created conflict. It works. Don't try it, okay? I love you guys. Let's come on back here tomorrow. Let me yell some more tomorrow about being perfect, being impeccable, about being, I don't mean perfect in the sense of never, it's just the wrong word, impeccable. Impeccable because it's about what we do and say, okay? It's not about what we are. It's about what we do and say. See you guys tomorrow. Same much time, same much channel. I have 3 people on the board for this week. Mizu, Brandy, and Evan McHugh. We'll get some more on tomorrow, and I might even have a little something to give away. Would you guys please go have an impeccable day? Would you guys please go have an impeccable day? I hope this is better tomorrow, Niffy. Okay, I'll try. And Ephraim and Kimberly. Ephraim's blowing them kisses. That's a good one. Let's not do that either. Let's just let's just be impeccable to the best of our ability as we practice. Slingy and Higgs. There's my guy. And Greeny and Free. And Niffy, you kill him with kindness. Oh, you can do that. Those pretty eyes of yours. Nerdy, Lexington, Felix, and Ephraim and Kim. File 13. I live in Stream. 5280 all day. Mr. Marmar's Carlotta. Mizzou. Seeing you soon. Penny Pack. Smile and wave. Penny, don't smile and wave at me. I'm pissed. I live in Street. Patriotic. Tiffany, Marcy. There you are, Patriotic. I mean, Tiffany, too. Penny and 5280. Niffy and Free and Mizzou and Greeny and File and Ghastly and Slingy. Marcy, thank you. Mushmouth, Whiskey, have a great day. Try that new whiskey product and get back to us, bro. MDK, Kid Inventor, Holly M, Satter. Terry, I love seeing you here. Don't ask me why. Bill and Evan and Benny and Holly and Sling and Higgs and Kid Inventor. And I live in Stream in 5280. Badgie, love you, bro. Have a Taco Tuesday. Holly, Satter, Ghastly, JC. Jesus Christ. In Australia. Exception, Sandman, Laura. Have a divine day. Mr. Marmars, Daniel C., Michael Allen, and Billy D. Nipper Mama, Great Unknown, Mizu Mushroom, Nerd Nature. Wazzy Tiffany, Carlotta Girl. She's a hair care. Away from a snail trail. Nerds Mushmouth, R&R. 52, Holly. Penny Pack and D. The Anderson. Nipper Mama, I get it. Satter, Kyle, Rizo and Mike. B. Anderson, B. Hendricks. Rebecca King, DBS Kim, Mr. Marmars Holly, Lexington Holly, Clean Grow, Gypsy. Come on back, Gypsy Live tomorrow. Rebecca R&R, Holly, Michael, Mr. Phillips, CCS Holly, Carlotta, File 13, Satter, Justin OK Med Rosie. Jesus Christ, smash the spark plugs. Mark Whiskey, Kyle, Kimberly, Live and Let Live. Live and Let Live. Holly, Carlotta, Haterade, Daniel, CDBS, MDK, Elaine. Good morning, Elaine. File 13, good morning, Jolie. Marcy, good morning to her too. Mr. Marmars, Elaine. Kylie, B. Hendricks. Jesus Christ, Kyle, free, be all you can be. Sid, Ghastly, Streety. There's my guy, Streets. King and Lisa. And File 13 and Ramon Verk. Mr. Marmars, and Jesus Christ, and Deborah, she's a pearl. Face diaper, what are you doing with it up there? R&R, Jesus Christ, Kyle, Kafishna, Whiskey, Jesus Christ, Mike Ball, Mushy, I'm okay, Skagamore, File 13, and there's some other Russians. I love it that the Russians are here today. Thank you for that. Have a great day. See you all tomorrow here. Pops out.